Hello, dear friends, how are you? Self perception, that is something very much important for each one of us to understand the kind of self perception I'm already having, whether it is the right one or the wrong one. Will it be benefiting me or will not be benefiting me at all? Self perception is very important. We need to work upon all that. There are several types of self perception. The most common of all these are the positive self perception and the negative self perception. And also, there are certain other terms which are very useful and beneficial for each one of us to understand, because it helps us a lot in putting us on the right path, in understanding and correcting our behavior. We can, by doing all that, we can look upon our thoughts, feelings and actions, our behaviors and all that. I think it is something very beneficial indeed. So let's begin our talk. First of all, we are going to talk about the positive self perceptions, and then after that, we will speak about the negative self perception. Having done all that, there will be something to talk about the excessive confidence and other relevant concepts as well. Other relevant concepts as well. So, that is something of very basic nature. So, let's talk about positive self perception. What is this positive self perception? First of all, there is a self confidence. What is this self confidence, by the way? Believing in your abilities, believing in your skills, and believing in your judgment as well. So that is called self confidence. So I think having the self confidence, it is quite a blessing. But if at all we are lacking, we should try to create it, because it is having the believing in your abilities, believing in your skills, and of course believing in your judgment. The second positive self perception, that is the self esteem, having a reasonable amount of self esteem. So that is another positive self perception. It is the overall positive evaluation of your worth, of your values, and respect for yourself. That is, as for the self esteem is concerned, it is overall positive evaluation of your worth, your values, and your respect, the respect for yourself. So that is called, that is called the self esteem. The third positive self perception is, it is self awareness. What is the self awareness? It is understanding your thoughts, understanding your strengths, understanding your weaknesses, understanding your values, and understanding your emotions as well. So that is called self awareness. Understanding your strength, your weaknesses, your values, and your emotions. So that is another, that is another positive self perception. That is called self awareness. Being better self aware, it helps us a lot at every step in our lifetime. So the fourth type of positive self perception, that is called humility. That is recognizing your limitations and being modest, recognizing your limitations and being modest, and open to learning as well. Once we are having recognizing our limitations and we are modest enough, we remain open to learning. So these are the four type of positive self perception. So that is, moving forward, we are going to talk about the negative self perception, and these are three in number. The first one is, it is the self doubt. Self doubt is a negative self perception, and it is like, feeling uncertain or questioning your abilities, feeling uncertain about yourself, about your future, and keep questioning your abilities. Shall I be able to do that? Shall I be able to do that? I might not be able to do that. So that is called self doubt. Don't be doubtful about yourself. Have confidence in yourself. Now, the second negative self perception, that is called low self esteem. Earlier, we talked about the appropriate, the reasonable amount of the self esteem. Now, we are talking about the low self esteem, and the low self esteem says negative evaluation of your worth, of your value, and of your respect for yourself. So that is called negative low self esteem. And anybody with a low self esteem cannot lead a good life at all. It is one of the very important, it is one of the essential ingredients of the life. That is, here it is the negative self perception, it is the low self esteem, negative evaluation of your worth, of your value, and respect for yourself. Now, the third type of negative self perception, it is imposter syndrome. What is this, by the way? It is imposter syndrome. What is the imposter syndrome? That is feeling like a fake or undeserving of your achievements, feeling like a fake or undeserving of your achievements. So that is called imposter syndrome. Like I'm not original, like I'm a fake person, like I don't deserve any sort of achievement. So that is called imposter syndrome. And these are the three type of negative self perceptions. Now, moving forward, the third step is the third thing to understand, that is called excessive confidence. What is this excessive confidence, by the way? It is overconfidence. There are three steps of it. There are three steps of overconfidence. The first one is called, that is overconfidence. Excessive confidence, three step. Number one, overconfidence. And it says excessive faith in your abilities and leading to arrogance and leading to poor decision making. Excessive faith in your abilities leading to arrogance and leading to poor decision making. So that is overconfidence. Now, the second is, that is called hubris. What is this hubris, by the way? It is extreme pride and arrogance, often leading to a downfall. That is, my dear friends and fellows, the second step is called hubris, and the hubris says extreme pride that is extreme pride and arrogance, which often lead to the downfall of an individual. So that is hubris. Now, the third and the last, it is the narcissism. What is the narcissism, by the way? It is excessive self that is excessive self love. Everybody need to love ourselves, but it is the excessive self love and self admiration and lack of empathy. Excessive amount of self love, excessive amount of admiration for oneself, and of course it will lead to the lack of empathy. So, my dear friends and fellows, these people want the other people to keep admiring them, to keep respecting them. They want to be worshipped. That is totally and absolutely wrong. So these are called, there are three types of excessive confidence. Moving to the next and the last segment of our talk, that is called other relevant concepts. Other relevant concepts. What are these other relevant concepts? Number one, it is the self reflection. What is this self reflection, by the way? It says examining your thoughts, examining your feelings, and examining your actions to gain insight. Keep examining your thoughts, keep examining your feelings, keep examining your behaviors, keep examining your actions, so that we are better able to gain the insight, we are better able to become a better version of ourselves. And this way, anybody who keep self reflecting, they keep improving automatically, because they are better able to find the areas of improvement. And once they do identify the areas of improvement, making the relevant improvement, the much needed improvement become easier. Now, the second thing, that is mindset. That is what we need to understand is mindset. What is the mindset, by the way? That is your attitudes, that is your attitude and perspective on life, your attitude and perspective on life influencing your behavior, influencing your decision making. That is called the mindset. The attitude and your attitude and perspective on life, that is influencing your behavior and your decision making as well. The third and the last thing which we need to understand, that is called resilience. Resilience is an extremely important quality. That is an extremely important quality, but it can be developed with the persistent practice. How? What is this, by the way? It is the ability to cope with the adversity. Our developing our ability to cope with the adversity, to cope with the trauma, and to cope with the mental stress. So that is called resilience. I think having this one ability, anybody can lead a good life, and without the resilience, nobody can lead a good life at all. So, my dear friends and fellows, these concepts are interconnected. All of these concepts are interconnected. We talked about the positive self perception, which was the self confidence, which was the self good amount of self esteem, and which was the self awareness, which was the humility. We talked about the negative self perception, like self doubt, like low self esteem, and like imposter syndrome. Then we talked about the excessive confidence, and which was like overconfidence, like hubris, like narcissism. And then at the end we talked about the other relevant concept, that is self-reflection, that is mindset, that is resilience. And my dear friends and fellows, these concepts are interconnected and can influence one another. These concepts are interconnected and can influence one another. Understanding these terms can help you better navigate. Understanding these terms can help you navigate, can help you navigate better in the life, can navigate better in your life, your own thoughts, your own behavior, and of course your own emotions. So these are the very very basic concepts of understanding and managing ourselves better. I think having done this one thing, I think for me, for you, for all of us, that is something extremely beneficial. And that is all the talk of today. Thank you very much.